here. 3 members allowed, actually.
They're doubling down on this.
Yeah, they're pushing through.
Oh,
I saw, didn't see it.
Loud are so close to this. This could be devastating. Timing's everything, right? Like, can they keep control of what's going on elsewhere? Deciding to go all the way around T-spawn, not kind of slicing through tiles, which is where the vast majority of FPX currently reside. So Les needs to be really careful here. It does have Kawanzin by his side, and that's exceptional work from Loud. Clear cut and concise. Lysor has no idea what the hell just happened, but that was just a sweep.
Now, half a second either way, Lysor maybe spots this out, finds the opening kill, and shuts down what looks like a very, very well-planned pistol round here from Loud. Get a consolation here, potentially no. QCK
Clean.
Quick to it. Loud will start the map here with a flawless. Gonna send a message here to FPX. No strangers to elimination games on either side here.
True.
Beautiful setup here. Yeah, I mean, the fault line.
Stunning.
More than a cosmetic stun.
No,
you get worried on a pistol round.
You do, you do. There is always that slight question mark, but no, that was very clean work from Loud. And I think it'll be interesting to see how Loud look in this series, bigger picture.
Well, yeah, because I think Gen G's performance afterwards
that's changed my perspective.
You almost feel a little better about Loud losing, right?
Yes,
if that's
absolutely
a way to look at it. Let's open up here. Life power player for FPX down. Autumn tagged up as well. Obviously the ability to heal, but no follow through from FPX just yet.
No, let's see if they can achieve anything with this one. Tricky, obviously with Classics, this map not particularly comfortable. Lysor did get a little bit of space, so that could be relayed into those later rounds. If maybe that's something they could explore, but for now you can see them taking the tour. This will probably play in, if anyone. That's going to be QCK over there. Yeah, so let's see how much he gets. He's heard something, enough to turn his attention back. Maybe just the time, no one seeing anything. That's not pretty enough. He does get at least 2 of them.
30 HP.
Yeah, tough. But another individual fight could open up the potential of a plant. Let's see if he can maybe get the drop, but Kawanzin, yeah, the timing. Nicely done by Kawanzin. Across the corner, finds him.
I think off the back of that, actually, QCK does get his ultimate, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah,
yes, he does.
Tools to bring in here. Obviously loses out on the rifle, but we'll try and spread the funds accordingly. Want to put him in a position if they do want to cook something up around the ultimate for this round. A real pass across, get him a bulldog at least. Expected, obviously, with this composition, I mean, I agree with Mimi, this is almost the better showing of this composition. The ability to be very proactive, set QCK in motion. So that Kawanzin hasn't got an assist yet. Doesn't really matter, even after the pistol round there.
Did well enough for himself. It could have supported the player beside him, but I mean, if you're there, you're there. Now the bonus does have a great deal of bite to it here for Loud, but Life's position a little further ahead than less expected to going to get the drop on him and open up a big avenue of chance. Now does this spur on QCK potentially? Already set into place somewhat by that Aldrone through middle. He is waiting very much on the jump off point. Bit of stall, and actually, this is quite audacious from Kawanzin. Does recover the bulldog there.
Toying with the idea of dipping a little deeper in the smoke, but pings come through from FPX. I think noting or potentially noting somebody towards market. Don't like what they saw. They do have themselves a very favourable fight towards 8. 2, he's not committed.
No, sitting quite deep. They still have the paranoia. Still have near on full kit, barring the Aldrone for Sadak. Kawanzin pretty well situated, and so is QCK. So they could run a pretty good retake if they get there, but again, keep your eyes towards QCK. He should have been able to clear B by this point, so they could alleviate all the pressure. Now seeing this utility towards A, this should be a comfortable rotate, and you've got to look for that backstab. How much value does QCK find? Little bit of stall on the one-way.
So he's just trying to go over the top.
There it is.
Yeah, he spotted them.
Oh, chip damage, not going to convert to a kill, but that's the site found, and the flank is on the way. Eyes towards QCK here, potential victim. Does he find it? No, dealt with. QCK, that's going to lose a lot of the punch from this round. Loud now looking very vulnerable. 2 E's in Kawanzin. Lovely work to bring it back to a 2v2. How dare I doubt them.
Great for them.
No, Lysor loses the fight, and this is ridiculous. Autumn, come on. No flashes to play through on that smoke, and doesn't get too invested on the tap on the spike, but now he has to go. He's got to take this challenge halfway, not achieved. Autumn plays it well. FPX get across the line, but that's a dicey full buy up against a bonus.
A little sketchy, but a round win nonetheless. Loud making things very difficult for FPX there. Even when QCK falls there, it removes a big tool in terms of the retake. Yeah, a number of kills coming through.
One enemy remaining.
From both Tui's and Cowanzine. Cowanzine a little bit of hesitation here, obviously, to come off. He was just ahead of the half defuse. And Tui's in a good position to hold the cross there as well, so definitely an opportunity for Loud to pull that off. But Red Bull clutch nonetheless for Autumn. Let's have his run it back now available also.
A little bit of an adjustment over towards A though. Two players willing to hold towards A main. And Sadak. Life knows they're there.
He's at a really weird spot.
It's adjusted well enough though. Loud gonna get the first blood and fall away. No trade available. You see Berlin back towards the T side of the map. They are congregating this side. I'm waiting to see if the third player does start shifting away towards maybe top mid, but they're not going for it just yet. Still aware there's a chance this could be a fake. Ult gonna come through. And Tui's respecting this enough to really not want to tussle with it.
Yeah, conceding the space. There's no real follow through from FPX, but it has drawn a bit of a rotation. It's only QCK over on this side of the map now. Just holding contact towards main. Potentially going to spot this out. Yes, he will. Finds actually a headshot.
Oof.
We'll slow things down on the way in as the spike makes its way over. Yeah, Loud. Very well equipped on both sides here.
Could be a plan though. I don't think Loud can really
nothing to really
deny
stop
that.
this, no.
They've still got a little bit of a glimpse towards middle when you're keeping in mind Autumn's position, but he will probably, he either has to go and be proactive or fall back towards B main. We have to wait and see what they opt for. Looking for that deep smoke towards main. This should start off the retake. Ult invested from QCK, spots the player, takes him down. Can't get the follow-up in the ult, but
It's FPX finding the kills.
yeah, they're still holding on here, but Autumn's luck. There's the timing he was looking for, and it's worked so well for them. Les is in a than wanted position here. Hard to close down on the final three. I think he knows it. They're not giving him much. Loved that late play coming out from Autumn. I was wondering when he was going to enact that plan, and it was just perfectly timed. Loud have to accept this round's a loss, and FPX going to tie up the scoreline.
For a fight back as well. Numbers advantage for Loud in the retake. See immediately QCK find out. I mean, if he does get that kill, maybe a different story, but Berlin looking very clean here. Shut down both the ultimate and QCK on the re-aggress. Great conversion from FPX. Closer and closer to that Hunter's Fury. You have the Reckoning available here. Loud on the other side, a lesser purchase, so. Guardian and a Stinger. These things will kick off here into round 5. I'm curious of, on some of these lesser purchases, just how proactive Loud are looking to be and make use of this combo.
Right.
FPX seem as if, I guess, the first few rounds are a big indicator of how Loud want to play in there. Looking a lot more cautious. Still struggling to find an opener over on this side of the map.
Here.
You can see straight away FPX is just waiting to read something.
Hey.
Yeah, a bit of a test of their default coming into this. Damage on Sadak seemingly enough to draw their eyes back towards LA site. I don't think they'd noted Tui's.
No.
But again, Tui's does just have the Sheriff, but a couple good shots could help. But I like this heads-up work from them. Aldrone is on the way. He's going to have to relinquish this space as well. So very, very diligent up against what is, you know, a little bit of a half purchase here. Ult going to come in as well. So very much going through the motions of what they're trying to do, keeping it very clean, at least until this point. But you don't want to run too low on time now.
30 seconds left, Loud conceding sight. Have to comfortably find themselves a post plant here. And really want Cowanzine QCK to be the ones to lead the charge here. They're the furthest away from this retake. A little bit of time will pass.
Let's see what they can do with this one. Anyway, they can create a little bit of a fuss here, Loud. FPX digging their heels in though. It's going to be go time right about now. Autumn good for one, but the trade does come out towards Berlin. I'm still holding back this flood from CT, not really finding the value until then. Tui's and Calentine drawing blood, and a swing to the side. Life's now pretty questioning what the hell's going on. No idea about Tui's, but a fantastic clutch from him in the end. Keeps the composure, keeps his cool. It keeps FPX now in the lead.
So he was struggling to find an opener. Closing, not so much of an issue.
No.
Beautiful cleanup from Life after Loud. Look as if they're about to sweep their way back onto site here. Beautifully done. Left to just be a nuisance here on the flank.
One enemy remaining.
Fantastic stuff from him. Actually give FPX the lead here. Loud will come back on a purchase. Some ultimates starting to come online here, but Hunter's Fury in a tour de force. FPX looking to pace change a little bit. They're rewarded for it.
They've completely caught off Loud with that pace shift. That gear switch up. Oh, and the follow-up as well. FPX with the excellent read. The additional body was Sadak. They may not know about this, but even then, how much can one man do? Not clean enough. He's in trouble now. And Autumn's going to back away, get himself healed back up to fighting force. And look on the other side, still keeping some grip on this, but QCK clears the back lines. I don't know if they noted the spike. I think that's around the corner, but still a little bit of a blow for blow here.
Ultimate in hand now for QCK, but FPX with the right read once again to switch things up, knowing Loud are posting up pretty deep. Outside A lobby, catching them off guard here at the start of this round. Fortunately, losing out on the other side of the map. Life's in a position to cut off this rotation here.
Oh, the timing. I mean, if they keep...
No problem is, yeah, Sadak's walking this way as well.
So he just got the God read on the timing. Sadak, with a second opportunity at this, right? You think about that timing, it was almost... They didn't really expect him towards that A-link side.
This could be disastrous here.
The timing's everything. This time he's got the job done. Takes down Life and leaves the last two. It's so indicative that they're going towards A now. With only 14 seconds, they have to commit. They've got to get that spike down. And everyone's here, but Autumn going to keep the plant safe for a second. Sadak finally draws in closer. Lysor can't do it. Loud getting proactive there even after losing those first two players towards A. They still push that B main side.
Another situation, just a half second either way. Would have sniffed out this flank coming through from Loud. Yeah, well played from Sadak here, not getting too greedy, no overcommit. He does find that kill onto Life. Like I said, the flash catching both members. You can see, obviously, Berlin just off screen. But it's unfortunate because FPX, I think, read this perfectly with what Loud are trying to achieve early round outside A. Look to shut it down here and send a message, make a response. See how that's going to change things going forwards, actually. Looking as if it is a deeper hold this time around, but maybe a setup here around the fault line.
Yeah, potentially going to play in QCK off this. Big information, but he's not alone. So close by. Yeah, still didn't get affected by the flash. Slows down the roll. They're very close by, and he wants in. 2 quick kills, but it's going to open up a chance. They're going to know there's 2 more players here. They've seen that utility. They've got to know they're on short. Life going to try and slip a little further ahead, and now here comes the problems. This should be shooting fish in a barrel, but Life still good on value. Still going to find one. Look at the damage. That's rough. Double swing, and the spray's good from Sadak. Commits to it too. He's close enough that there is no escape.
Right here.
This is a very hard 1v3 with very little space gained around the map beyond this corner.
Tui spotted out. Paranoia will land. A ton of utility to deal with here. Sadak will find the wallbang. And a message sent in response by Loud that we are still happy to fight for this.
Yeah. It's nice to see the adjustment too, because it's a different look from the previous round as well.
Unfortunately, Autumn not catching really with that flash. And even knows that Life did actually get that kill onto Cowanzine there. We FPX to pump the brakes first, call a timeout. Loud looking a little more fluid, a little more reactive today.
And that's kind of what we're looking at, is what form allowed in. I think we've seen the highs and lows. And the question is, how much can FPX push that? Can they continue getting their face? That 3-round streak, they had a great read. They were playing very well. A couple of individuals stepping up. Autumn and Life with some fantastic moments for themselves. But as a collective now, You could already see Loud have adjusted, right? We just already noted, we kind of talked about it a little bit, that adjustment on A, it went from one player, I think it was just two he's holding it, to now three in two different variations. So what does FPX have as a read on that here? This is time to maybe mull that over.
Sure, and I think obviously where FPX's composition does excel is where they can get themselves towards a site. So you know what Berlin's utility can do to cut off. We're even seeing the awareness from 2Es as well to play a couple of spots early on to, I guess, try and negate that as best as possible, get some information over the top of that wall coming through onto A site. But yeah, curious. FPX early round haven't really, I mean, one round where they lose out on B side, but it's been this pretty tame default we've seen time and time again, and now we're at round 8, so it's there's a couple of question marks elsewhere. Do you start exploring mid now? It needs to be pretty well coordinated and invested. You want to do that this late in the game. This late in the half, I should say. Still options here. Hunter's Fury, and to run it back for FPX, and it might just be, yeah, exploration towards mid, as anticipated.
You can see the protocols already hitting into place. 2Es going to shut the door. But it looks like a top mid burst, but already quite a deep hold from Sadak, so probably won't get fully affected by this flash. No. Dips away on the corner. Should play in 2Es now. You noted that paranoia coming through. Caught a couple of them. Going to draw in less as well. This three-man kind of pressure towards middle. Not rewarding, but maybe looking at the extremities to find that pick.
The problem being now, Lysol will be called upon. QCK and Kawanzine posted up pretty deep here, but they're going to hold their position.
Oh, they're trying to make a scramble. Oh, the spam. Autumn's going to obviously keep going, but again, it's well controlled by Loud. They've held on nicely to this point. A little bit of danger going to be coming in. Sadak has connected towards life. First did go towards Berlin, finding 2Es, but that was on the other side of the map. Less valuable towards this A hit, but it now falls to less. Do they check this? Does he get played in so perfectly? And again, oh, wait, they must have seen him.
He saw him, yeah. Autumn turned.
And now it's uncomfortable. Oh, it's so good from Les. Punishing Lysor as he tried to bail them out. And they're drifting back towards B. A correct read from Loud to get back to this side. FPX trying to scramble again. 15 seconds. The cross being watched. And Les is just looking so on the money here. He does get denied though. QCK, Kawanzine nearby. Oh my God, but time. 6 seconds. Does he know how close by Sadak is? No. And heartbreak at the end there because FPX almost thriving in that chaos. But Loud controlling it in the end and keeping that 3 in a row going.
Beautiful damage control from Sadak early on, and 2Es as well, to really shut down this mid push. Comes out as a curveball, I think, early on. The information gathered nonetheless. Yeah, FPX switching things up just when you expect them to. Problem being they don't have the benefit of the economy to fall back on now. Couple of ultimates, yes, but like Loud with those 3 rounds in succession. Feel like they are in some control, but Life still chomping at the bit to find an opener. And rewarded this time around. Let's go in walkabouts as well.
In a round like this, a misread potentially, you've given so much opportunity to FPX. Double stack towards top middle. Now make it 3. Just kind of roaming the map, and they're reading this as a B take, correctly so. The utility not so subtle on the way, but can FPX continue along this trajectory? Berlin with a rifle. Still in hand. Young still has one as well, so there is a little bit of threat to this. And the Viper's Pit on top.
The pit definitely causes some problems for Loud here. Need to step the pace up a little bit. Find a kill ideally here, but FPX is going to tuck themselves back in towards main, not risk anything.
They got to get a move on. They got to get going. This Viper's Pit's not going to keep going anywhere. They're going to be sitting on this one. And actually, maybe feels over the top to use it. They're in very good control here. Berlin's position is excellent. Going to punish the barrel that just showed through. Going to put himself on the line pretty much just to make sure no one's trying to go for that defuse. And FPX lap up the opportunities that were left for them. Loud with a mistake there in my mind.
Giving away 2 openers here. And FPX pounce on the opportunity. Yeah, I'm with you. Hunter's Fury, maybe not necessary, but to convert around like this after 3 unanswered, absolutely. Get themselves back in the game. Give themselves a big boom in terms of the funds as well. Look at that coming out of a purchase like that. Most players sitting around, what, 2,300 and above are in Lysor. Yeah, uncharacteristic of Loud. Less, he'll do the same thing again with the security of his wall, but Life just can't TP away in time. Now noting a second here, and noting a difference in the setup, because it's typically Autumn and Life over towards A side, being the ones to push and prod and try and find an opener.
This is the telltale signs of a B hit. More contact made.
Careful now.
UCK going to show his hand a little. Stalling out towards B main, but there hasn't been any utility from FPX committed towards a site, particularly more individual from Autumn. This doesn't feel like a site hit yet, and it's not moving Loud.
Other than it being these two on this side of the map. Loud are probably happy after the previous round to sit back and look to respond as opposed to be decisive.
And they haven't noted 2Es with that operator either.
No.
That's been quietly waiting over towards A. They're still going to have to use a fair bit of utility to clear close, which they're doing now, so this should be ringing the alarm bells that Loud might know this could be A piece, but look at that top mid timing, Berlin and Autumn. This could be exceptional, but it's a 1-for-1. It's still valuable enough that it's pinned in Loud. They're in trouble here. So now they need to win out on the site, though. There's still a fight to be had. 20 seconds, all eyes turning towards Autumn, allowing safe passage, but 2Es takes him down. 15 seconds, they don't know about Salak until now, and what a horrible surprise it was. And he's just spraying and praying, and it works.
He had a smile on his face before the round ended there.
A bow and arrow is old
Well handled by Loud.
Sometimes old ways are
Like I
best.
said, after the opener, happy to sit back and, without having, I guess, the tangibles, the information they've learned so far in this half, making the numbers work.
You can see the little smile at the end. That's rough for FPX. I feel like they're starting to get some of the rhythm, right? They're getting some of those reads. They're starting to try and pull the attention, pull those fakes. But Loud are a very tricky opponent to do that to. But Life has been very good at some of these entries, some of these openings. But look how deep Loud are sitting now. What another adjustment coming out.
I'll clear through a little bit pacier this time around. Maybe on the back of Autumn's ultimate. Yeah, we'll pop this, clear a little bit of space. Don't expect anybody from Loud to really be challenging towards this drone or the running back, but 2Es actually from the top of the box here finds a kill.
And the paranoia is good enough. Made sure he was being kept safe. Toying with expectation on the TP, but this is a plant. So for the first time in a while, yes, they lost out on Berlin, but they do get themselves a plant. They do get the time on their side, but can they hold this? Couple of ults here, nothing critical, but a lot of utility still with Loud. That's the issue. Site looks rather clear. You're going to see them try and flop this now. Cowanzine cracks it open. Counter swing from Life. Oh, but Cowanzine popping off here. This is a problem. That's halfway, and the defuse isn't stopping. There's nothing to be done about it.
Loud stretching their legs a little bit here as we approach round 12. A pace change from FPX. Life previously the hero in this sort of situation on the post plant, but not this time around. Oh, 2Es didn't even see anything, had no confirmation on the other side of this. Beautiful adjustment from Cowanzine to find the trade with the operator there. Purchase will struggle a little bit for FPX coming in, but a judge in the hands of Life, sort of force available. Expected to round things out for Lysors at a very quiet half, 1-10. It might be rinse and repeat here, but I'm pretty sure the camera connected to everyone.
Yeah, and Cowanzine trying to be the one to capitalize on that, but didn't quite have it in time. You're going to see the Tour de Force out for Life as well, so bit of a rough battle there for Cowanzine, who's going to try and drift away. And they're expecting pressure towards top middle, potentially. They're unsure of if this is a fully committed A piece, but it is. 5 players on this side of the map, and a very similar look to that last round. Same kit, same utility, but eyes towards Sadak. Is he going for that late fact-finding mission? He wants information. He knows where they're coming from. That's going to be relayed to 2Es. But can Sadak hold the line as well? Can he be a problem? He's going to dip away, and actually the right read here. Right call from Sadak. Why hit it now? He can take his time. There's still no rotation from QCK.
If Cowanzine gets a kill here, does have the Rolling Thunder, which will open up the retake for Loud. Not going to slow things down yet, potentially try and get him a kill.
Trying to play him in. Oh, too many
down.
targets. Really nicely handled from FPX. There is a trade for 2Es. And now we look at this fully fledged retake. Gorgeous from Life. Holds them away. Need some more QCK, though, coming online here. And you still got less playing towards CT side. Almost caught Berlin in the heels, but it's Yang to go down, and Loud breaking FPX hearts there. That was a really good attempt, but it just wasn't enough.
Difficult for them to really find repeatable success here. This A-side post plant. A couple of times it's been shut down. Like I said, Life previously the hero with that 4K. Loud, a course correction. Find themselves an 8-4 advantage here in the first half.
Yeah, big turn of events. Loud putting themselves up to 8 gives them so much more leverage. A little worry early on, I'm sure, with those 3 rounds connected. However, let's hear from Loud themselves. Let's hear from Tuis.
Oi, eu sou o Twizy, sou jogador da Loud. Acho que pecamos muito no primeiro mapa, que custou muitos rounds. Eu acho que a gente estava indo muito bem nos treinos. Acho que a gente se adaptou bem com as coisas que a gente tinha e ele encaixou bem. Só que infelizmente a gente não conseguiu mostrar nosso jogo, nosso verdadeiro jogo, essa série. Acho que com certeza, tipo, pra mim a derrota é sempre boa também, porque mostra pontos fracos seus, então pra mim todas as derrotas eu levei como aprendizado. A gente vai ver os pontos que erramos, ver como a gente pode contornar a situação.
Approach. This is now going to get scary, right? There's the Hunter's Fury, going to be drawn out from the tap of the spike. Spray from Tuis is good. Follow-up is better. They're holding on to this. Munchkin going down and Tuis. Exceptional work there.
Uma derrota é sempre importante para mostrar nossos erros e ver como a gente pode contornar a situação. Então, vocês podem esperar que terá uma loja muito melhor e muito mais constante para o próximo game.
Looking for more consistency, looking to be the Loud that we know they can be. A lot of doubts coming into this, a lot of question marks. But now at an 8-4, at least in this first half, Mike, they're doing quite fine. I don't think we can oversell it because there was some fight back from FPX, but
yeah, absolutely.
Still, they'll be comfortable with 8.
Like I said previously, both Loud and FPX, no strangers to elimination games, no strangers to losses on the international stage, but it's good to hear that's kind of characterized as, yeah, we know we made mistakes here. And, like I said, obviously the follow-up series from Gen G does give a little more additional context to that.
Oh, absolutely.
You feel a little better about Loud's loss in that series, but back today, we're looking for a lot of the sloppiness that you don't expect from Loud to be cleaned up, and whether or not you can attribute that to, I mean, earlier on in the interview saying that, you know, there's jet lag and stuff, and
hey, it happens.
It does.
But at this point, you've got to also look at FPX when Carmine Core hit a 2-0 on them. I think a lot of people had exceptionally high expectations when it came to Carmine Core, so seeing that, it wasn't a huge shock, but I want to see more depth to FPX. I want to see more from some of these players who you can see the mechanical capability there by a country mile. There's some of them incredibly talented. So let's see if that can be brought together at the right time here, potentially get them a first international win, as the desk was talking about, is a brutal one when you're facing the likes of Carmine Core and then Loud.
It's awful as well. The longer that goes on, the more elusive that win does feel.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oof.
Like I said, you got a tough draw.
Yeah, no one's going to doubt
Loud.
that.
Yeah, it's definitely tough.
Oh.
Okay, the recon actually
communication?
Yeah. Maybe there was a little off there. Should be planned who's going to deal with the dart if Life's going forwards like that. Looking to potentially re-aggress, though, behind the wall.
I mean, Cowanzine's eyeing this up. It's almost a game of chicken, who dares to go first, but you can already see how proactive FPX are being on the rest of the map. Oh, okay. Come on! QCK, quick as hell. Autumn just left to rot. Now, the one, I guess, small benefit outside of this, you've already got a clear in mid, you've already got Berlin checking on that. There is no late lurk up middle, there is no presence there. Maybe that could help him out in the end, but Life desperate to do something, trying to find some impact this round. But Loud with 3 and potentially a plant have the numbers. But Lysor could be bad here. There's a little window of chance. Nope, it's shut. Less still diligent. Gonna make sure that's checked on. And now with the lack of presence from Berlin, they're gonna be looking for that flank.
Yeah, definitely.
It's too long.
Tui's look curious to start off with. Now obviously retreating back towards elbow. Yeah, nothing really for Berlin to do here. Can find it on the way in, and Tui's blind through the wall. We'll find it.
Okay, clean. No more. Yeah, so again, it felt like a miscommunication at the start of that round there. Mike, maybe there was something in mind that just didn't work out, but...
Maybe had an awkward bounce at the end of it we didn't see, but...
it makes you question mark it when that's happening early.
Yeah, definitely, because that was kind of the pinnacle of FPX's game plan in the first half, is to put Life and Autumn in a position to really deliver at the start of a round.
God. What is that? What is that? That is actual filth. See it from both perspectives, thank you. Replay, production,
what do you
whoever
do?
it was,
Yeah, what do you
observers.
do?
There's nothing to be done. There's nothing. There is no winning that. Ah, I've heard it was actually all Kevin. So anyone else involved? Not on you. Thanks, producer Kevin. Early look. No reward for it, though. And I've got to say, I'm out of the, if I'm talking about kind of, silver linings here, have been enjoying watching Life. I mean, that previous series against KC, it put him, a little on the radar. You're like, okay, maybe there's some more value to that later on. Maybe he's got, something cooked up here, but I want to see if he continues on this trajectory throughout the rest of this series.
See, early on, Loud, a decent read on the situation. FPX are rotating, but a little further behind this. There will be a free plant. Uncontested for the time being, and an opportunity for potentially less to farm up here, but...
He's only got the Sheriff, though.
Yeah.
Which is a little tricky. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. I want to see more of Life. The problem is that will be surely everyone turning attention. I think there's still a consideration that maybe there's going to be a late presence towards CT, but we know it. They don't. A little bit of a nuisance here for FPX. They're going to have to try and close that gap. And Sadak, yeah, there's them putting the foot down. Not going to let much more play happen. That is Sadak having none of what they're trying to sell. Did lose 2 in the process. But rounds around, that's double digits. And we need to see FPX get back on the board here, Mike. It's been a drought.
Need to see a response here in the buy round to shut down this early momentum, because I mean, look at the Rolling Thunder, look at the Hunter's Fury for Loud.
They're close.
Yeah. See a timeout called ahead of this. No surprises really, because this is very pivotal in terms of FPX's potential to work their way back into this half.
Sadak's reaction's just so good. So good, he's just a happy chappy. Yeah, I think, I'm glad you noted it as well. I think we all note now, looking especially at the timeline when we get a glimpse in game again, how much of a string of rounds it is, because there was that one back, but outside of that, this has been a run for Loud. This has been them turning after those 3 in a row that FPX were able to garner early.
I mean, earlier on in the half, we credited FPX for having a good read on the situation, and like I said, reading exactly what Loud wanted to do in terms of preventing FPX from taking that space. Happy to take the fight to them, but I mean, after that, it's when kind of Loud sink their teeth in a little bit, get a grasp on what's going on, and unfortunately here, I mean, with the scoreline coming out of the first half, there's few opportunities after losing the pistol, losing round 2 that FPX are going to really have here. So whether or not them getting proactive once again feels extremely uneasy to justify doing so when you have such a pivotal round to get on the board here. And also, with how kind of linear it was around Life and Autumn, I think Loud are kind of reading into massively what's going on around the map by who they see. Seeing the previous the immediate responses to disengage.
Do we get a brawl at the start? I said there might have been a brawl, there wasn't. It was just a straight-up execution. Berlin finding County, and I assume through the wall, just spam, but QCK closing the gap here. But I don't think he expects the additional player, no. Lysol was a surprise they didn't expect. Autumn holding towards top middle. This is good from FPX. Oh, God, maybe not. Les is still alive. That's 2. He needs 3 more. And there's 2. Yeah, not gonna happen. Good work from Life there. I get nervous sometimes, even with Les especially. But Life keeps them where they're at. FPX keep 3 alive, and that was a critical round, Mike. That was everything they needed.
Definitely.
And they went for a challenge on B as well.
Yeah, the confidence still there. They're happy to post up and prevent Loud from walking around the map. That's always a threat. Unfortunately, 1v5 with Life flanking through, not really going to happen.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, the ultimates are still here, so a previous round, Loud still carrying on to some of that inventory from the round 2 win.
And Autumn's got his, though, so I want to see if they dare to invest it, right? Do they get a little bit more creative now? That one break, that one little bit of respite, that one round, does it spur them on? Not quite in the early round, and a very early exploration from Cowanzine to take a glance towards middle. Already clearing through tiles and looking towards top middle. It was less last time. We got the punish on this. Really trying to give away a great deal, trying to show a lot.
I mean, effectively drawn 3 sets of eyes here, but FPX very quickly dip away and try and close the door on A site. Give Autumn a little bit of security here. But Loud have created an opening. They're going to have themselves a 4v2 onto B site.
Life is here, though. If Life is on the site, and they're going to note that, they're going to know he is over towards this side, close enough by. Ult's going to be invested, going to force away Lysor. Should allow for safe passage towards the side. Life's been caught, Life's dead, Burns alive! Left
Beautiful awareness.
in a crisp, just that one piece of utility, noted, seen early, relayed through, was telling enough. Heads up work from Loud, but can the 4 players pull off a retake here? You've got the ult on Autumn that could be key. QCK, though, still proactive towards that CT side, still being a thorn in the side. Good flash, couldn't quite get the kill. Autumn now takes a step towards the site. That's the ult now going to be removed, and the smoke's going to be put into place.
Problem being, though, Sadak, he's got the recoil, he's got a couple of shock darts as well, so it's going to be difficult for FPX to try and stick this here. The Cove has to find some value.
To get them the half.
One enemy.
It doesn't. That might be it. Yep, I think Ayang even knows that as well. Going to back away on this one, Loud. Look in control, even in that post plant that could have been dangerous, could have been deadly. But again, that read on the positioning, the noting of the player, they absolutely had Life dead to rights.
Absolutely.
Act on my intel.
Beautifully
Don't
done.
give them time to reposition.
The hot hands go inside the
look
smoke
at this.
here. Fortunately, Life just left to cook. And not in a good way.
Joke's over. No, you're dead. My ultimate's ready.
We're back in a similar situation now. I mean, not much left in the bank behind this purchase. Life one away from the tour de force, but have to get that online here to make use of it in round 17. Pretty much everything else invested here.
Need to see this duo cleaner, though. Life and Autumn. Yeah, this time, Dart dealt with no problems with that.
But I mean, that's a big indicator to
Yes.
Lau, because they know what happened the first time around. They darted in there.
I think they agree with you. They're drifting right back towards B.
These setups being sniffed out very easily by Loud. Put them firmly in the driving seat, but not as decisive this time around.
No, still aware.
yeah,
Maybe
wait.
that push up. Or,
Yeah, exactly,
you know,
yeah.
There was a couple of positions they lent upon before, and you can see that it looks like FPX are trying to read this as a mid piece, but that's not the case at all. Maybe just going to allow for the plant to come in and play for the full retake here. QCK going to try and take as much space as possible. Not going to know anyone might have seen something on
Yeah,
CT. So that's going to be at least Ayang noted. Sanak has found Berlin. That was over towards Market. Maybe just a spam through the smoke, but a likely position nonetheless. Going to leave Cowanzine on the site. Good clear from Lysor. First step, they've cleared the site itself, but that deeper hold.
Problem being now, Sadak can drift deeper and deeper on this with the Hunter's Fury. Less still with 2 snake bites as well, so we're asking another difficult defuse to come through here, but Lysor found one blind.
That's enough, though. Pulls the trigger. They've got to be careful on this, Batuis and Sadak. There it is in unison. Careful now. Fine margins, but fine work from Loud. Holding on to this one again, showing that composure in these key rounds. And Lysor having to back away. FPX, they haven't got a grip on Loud here.
No, it's difficult really to break apart some of these post plants in B main, but with a lack of map control elsewhere, limited options for FPX. Almost when you want to see Life and Autumn really taking advantage of a lack of presence shown by Loud over on the A side of the map. And maybe not feeling comfortable enough to justify that in a full 5v5, but tough to see here. 7-round deficit.
Yeah.
A couple of rifles, well, 3 rifles to come through here, and some key ultimates. One away from the pit as well for Lysor.
You heard it. QCK willing to fight on this, sprays and gets Autumn.
Berlin down to 29 as well.
It's rough. That's really rough.
Right here.
They're trying to stay close on this, maybe trying to play in Lysor potentially?
Maybe trying to bait him in, yeah, but you almost don't want him in that situation with the pit as well, while one away from the pit. Looks like Loud won't continue to push through. He's going to try and set something in motion for 2Es.
In these early fights, there's plenty of time for them to still explore the map, right? They haven't really got a glimpse towards A. You do have a deeper hold, though. Les has been holding that, so if anyone does go for very, very long rotation routes, deep fact-finding, he might be rewarded, but timing's everything. Does Lysol get this? Oh, God.
They've walled him in here. Give him a little cubby to play out of.
Well, maybe it's enough to stall. They're banking on this, but the barrel... Oh, it's a downfall, and Les opens the gates towards A.
He's got a pit as well here.
Oh, God, that cuts off.
Everything off here outside Link.
Berlin just got caught as well. This could be it. The downfall of FPX on this map. Thinking they had a little bit of an opportunity there. It comes crumbling down in front of them. Les looking to close, and he does. 13-5. It's clean work for Loud. They are looking very sharp here.
Very decisive performance here, bouncing back from some question marks in our opening series for sure. Definitely looking like they've tightened things up, cleaned things up a little bit here. Fortunate for FPX to really have to now bounce back from that elimination series.
Yeah, this one hasn't been what FPX would have wanted. That's only map 1.
One night like this.